giving you an opportunity to get the full story from the people who tell it best. This is Mediacom News Leaders.
I'm Elizabeth Kling with Mediacom News Leaders. The 2020 Des Moines Civil and Human Rights Symposium is coming up March 18th. And here to tell us more about it is Joshua V. Barr, the director of the Des Moines Civil and Human Rights Commission. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you. Glad to be here today.
Yeah, so for people who aren't really familiar with the work that the commission does, tell us a little bit about your goals.
Well, our goal is to advocate for justice and promote human rights for all persons here in the city of Des Moines to ensure that everyone has the opportunity to move up the socioeconomic ladder and be everything they desire to be here in the city, where no barriers placed on them by any individual, any private organization, or government entity.
And so part of that is the symposium coming up in March.
That's right.
And so we want to talk about just what people can expect for that event. So tell us about just kind of what the day will entail.
Okay, well, we're traditionally known for investigations, but our goal also is, if you really want to address human rights and advocate for social economic advancement, it's not just the investigative component, it also has to be the education component. So this is an annual event. This year will be our 34th year, and this year the theme is strategizing for the harvest. And the harvest is the prize of social economic advancement for our community. This past year we did a lot of community dialogues and engagement around what can we do to improve opportunity and justice here in the community. And some of the things that came out of that was stable housing for stronger communities, also economic inclusion and prosperity, as well as culturally responsive communities and a reflective workforce. So we're actually going to take everything that was discussed over the past year about what people wanted to see and put it into a community symposium or conference to discuss and give people the educational tools to actually implement the ideas that came out of those community discussions. So they're not just only depending on government, but also having the toolkit to implement things in their communities, in their neighborhoods, and in their respective organizations.
Who are the people you're hoping to target with the symposium? Who are you hoping to see there?
Well, we want to see people from across the spectrum, just like we had our community dialogues, and they had persons from everyday working persons to directors to police officers to other community service organizations and nonprofits. We're trying to attract people who are doing the work, people who hire people who do the work, and people who make the decisions.
Yeah. So then moving forward from this event, where does your focus go from there? Where does your work shift from there?
Well, we continue to do our daily work of investigations, but I think after the symposium, the conversation is always, how do we stay engaged with the community? So we do a number of events throughout the year that people can reach out to us at humanrightsdsm.org. We are always doing something, and we're always trying to engage the community, give them the tools to empower and create the community that they desire and envision here in Des Moines.
If people are hearing this and saying, okay, yes, this is something I feel passionately about, I want to get involved in, where do I start? What advice do you have for them?
All right, where do you start if you want to? First, you need to look inside self and understand what talents and passions do you have to offer the world. And once you are able to hone in and figure out what that is, then you offer those to respective organizations, neighborhood associations, to your neighbor. This is what I can do, this is how I can help. And you utilize those talents, passions, and skills to make your community and to make the world a better place. Because everyone has something to offer the world. You just have to find out, what is that seed of expression that I have inside to display and show the world, and then offer that to the world.
Yeah, and I imagine the symposium can be a good place to start and to get inspired and move forward from there. And you do need to register ahead of time for that, so we want to mention that.
Yes, you do. You have to register by March 6th, and you can go to dsmsymposium.eventbrite.com to get registered. And it's only $20, so it's a very affordable event. We try to keep the price low so that persons from across the economic spectrum can attend. We also hope to have continuing education credits for lawyers, real estate agents, teachers, social workers, and HR specialists. So we try to make sure that anyone across the spectrum can attend and come away with ideas to improve their communities, to improve their organizations, to improve themselves.
And it will all be taking place at Drake University.
That's right, Drake University on Homestead Center. Get there early, parking.
Yes, that's key. All right. Well, we sure appreciate your time today and best of luck with everything.
Thank you so much.
We've been talking with Joshua V. Barr, the director of the Des Moines Civil and Human Rights Commission. Join us next time here on Mediacom News Leaders.